What is up guys, it's Cal, and in this video we'll be taking a look at the new raid that will be coming in patch 8.1.5 called Crucible of Storms. Now we've taken a look at this raid before, the first boss as a matter of fact, so now we'll be taking a look at the second boss, Uu'nat, Harbinger of the Void. Now this is a 2-boss raid, it's this expansion's version of Trial of Valor, so Restless Cabal and Uu'nat are the only bosses to talk about. Now patch 8.1.5 has been confirmed to come out on March 12th, but this raid isn't coming out until April 16th, then Mythic and LFR are the following week. Similarly to my Restless Cabal video, or Cabal, however you pronounce it, this boss was also showcased on Heroic difficulty on the PTR, and Blizzard made everyone's item level 385, meaning that this boss wasn't easy. Well, forget whether it was easy or not, no one was able to get even close to killing it, so let's talk about what we were able to actually see. So first thing you notice are these 3 relics in front of you, a crown, a trident, and a stone. Now these 3 relics were used on the previous boss, so if you watched that video, then they're probably familiar to you. Anyways, they're used in different ways on Uu'nat, this boss, since they can be clickable by 1 person each and used through the encounter, and they do the same things to the boss and any adds up as they did to your raid during the Restless Cabal fight. But before we get into what the relics do, during the first phase of the fight, it's pretty simple. Don't stand in stuff you shouldn't stand in, like giant purple swirls on the ground, and then there will be these purple puddles that persist on the ground. I believe there's a way to soak them up as well, but anyways, about 20 seconds into the fight, the outside area will be filled with void that you should not stand in, and it gradually gets smaller. There will be a guardian ad that spawns that the off tank should take and bring it near the edge, away from the boss, since if it's near the boss, then the boss takes a lot less damage. I think it's 99%. Now these ads will spawn every so often, so you should wait till 2 ads spawn before DPS switch to attack them. And that number is not set in stone, it's just the PTR, that's the random number that we came up with. Now these ads will not die when their health is gone. They'll instead heal up once they reach 1% health. So the DPS who's holding the crown should use it once both ads get to 25% health. So DPS them at the same time. And then the crown, similar to what it did on the first boss, will do a lot of AoE damage to the raid and reduce everyone's damage done by 50% for like 10 seconds or something, but it will instantly kill the ads if they're below 25% health. This is also why we waited till 2 of them spawned, so we weren't dealing with the negative effects of the crown more times than needed. Now during this phase, there will be 2 eyes that spawn on the outskirts of the platform, and they shoot out this long beam that crosses over each other, and they move pretty slow. No matter what, you'll get hit by it, unless you use some immunity I guess, but you want your tank, who has the trident relic, to use it, and everyone needs to stand inside this bubble. This will greatly reduce the damage that the beams do when you're standing in it, but remember, just like the last boss, everyone in the bubble needs to take enough damage for the bubble to go away so it doesn't explode and wipe the raid. Now as far as the stone relic is concerned, I'm not 100% sure when that's supposed to be used. My guess though is that those puddles that persist through the fight that appear towards the start, those will disappear if stood in, but will also do a lot of damage to the player standing in it. Now the healer using the void stone will make it so no one can receive any healing for 10 seconds, similar to how it worked on the first boss, but they also gain an absorption shield. So maybe if those puddles become overwhelming, use it and stand in them to make them go away or something. Not 100% sure on that, but it's just a guess. But anyways, yeah, that's all we were able to see of the fight. As I said, we didn't get the boss down very far. Apparently in phase 2, there's more ads that spawn, and then phase 3 seems to be the same, or close to the same as phase 1. So anyways, this seems like an interesting raid with interesting bosses with even more interesting rewards. Every piece of loot that drops from this dungeon has a use or equip effect to it. So let's take a look at a few things that Uu'nat drops. There are these mail gloves that have a positive and negative effect on them. When you're above 90% health, you have a chance to deal shadow damage to yourself and the target you're attacking. There are these plate pants, which also have a positive and negative effect on them. When your target has a lower percentage health than you have a chance to sacrifice some of your health to do double damage to your target. Then here are some cloth legs, which have, well, you get the point. It has a use effect that opens a void beneath you and increases your haste for 12 seconds, but moving out of the void seems to do a fairly hefty hit to your character. Also, here's an interesting trinket. Your damaging abilities have a chance to shoot a spear at your target, dealing some damage, but then it'll ricochet back to you, and if it hits you, then you're silenced for 0.5 seconds. So if you pick that up, you better be good at dodging things. And that's it. So that's the entire raid from the PTR. I mean, this raid definitely isn't going to replace Desire Lore. The gear from it is 5 item levels higher on normal, 10 on heroic, and 5 on mythic. It also drops no Azurite gear, so it will really be an alternative raid that you can do from now until 8.2 when we get to fight Queen Ashara. I know people like to give WoW a bad rap at the moment, I don't really blame them, but I'm really excited for 8.2. But anyways guys, that's the entire video. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful in any way, you can leave a like on it, you can sub to the channel for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.